What's going on, guys? New strategy trading right back at you with a new live video on a Friday night. Well, more like a Friday evening. Nevertheless, a little late for me. I'm usually an early morning guy as far as doing videos and updates. But today we have a very, very, very important announcement to make, a crypto alert on Bitcoin specifically. But before we do that, let's get a like, share, love, and a thumbs up, guys. New strategy trading right back at you with free trading strategies, free chart reading strategies. Free to a certain extent. I have programs, private programs, but I always like to give free advice. If you go back, guys, if y'all go back to the beginning of my Facebook page, go to my Facebook page and scroll in class 1, and you can go back and see I taught 3 basic classes on technical analysis fundamentals that most people would actually probably try to charge for courses like that. I gave that information for free. It's on my page. And I like to keep people updated with the status of what's going on in the market. I like to share my trades. We do option trades on a daily basis. But options only make up a small percentage of our portfolio. But anyway, guys, my YouTube, New Strategy Trading at YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. As you can see, I got the price of Bitcoin behind me, the current price right now. Some sites, I was just talking to one of my traders, one of my clients about this. Some sites show different prices, like TradingView, which is my charting site, will show like 41,700, but Yahoo Finance will show 41,600. It just depends, because you got to understand cryptocurrency is extremely volatile. It fluctuates constantly, and it runs 24 hours a day. So it always moves and reads differently according to different different software and different sites. But nevertheless, guys, y'all already know how I like to get down. It's all about the charts. All right. This right here is the daily chart. Let me blow this up a little more. This is Bitcoin daily chart, right? And this is going, we started this right back in September, late September 2021. Bitcoin had pulled back to that 41, 42 area and actually made what appeared to be at that time a handle pattern from a cupwood handle, and broke out here with these 2 bars here, right? And rallied extremely. I mean, went from 42 all the way up to about 67, then pulled back, gave a nice breather, and popped all the way up to about 69. From 69, it started to top out and go into a downtrend and broke this resistance area. Broke this support area, boom, and just started to go down. The moving averages turned negative, and it just fell literally from November until now. So literally 3 straight months of Bitcoin correcting, right? It broke below all the moving averages, the 200, 10, 20, and the 50. So you notice that Bitcoin went from an uptrend to a downtrend. Big downtrend, actually. A 3-month correction. That's a pretty big downtrend. Now, it also represents a whole quarter. 3 months represents a quarter. Things seem to work in quarters and these market cycles. Keep that in mind. So today, now what happened is the 10 and the 20 period moving average. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see the details. This blue line is the 10 period moving average. It represents the past 10 days of trading on an average basis and gives a line, and it represents a flow with the bars, which is the price of Bitcoin. So the price is dropping and the moving averages are dropping, of course, because the 10 represents 10, 20 is the yellow, 50 is the red. So these are your shorter term moving averages, and your 50 and your 200 is your longer term. Now, when these moving averages start to get tight and contract, it usually signals a big up move. So if you can see, the 10 and the 20 are touching right here at 38.5. The 50 is real close, just right here, 42.9, 43. That's not far away. It's close. Moving averages are close, especially the 10 and 20. So today's action, when Bitcoin daily bar just closed about 30 minutes ago, huge buying, huge green bar, candlestick bar on huge volume. Not only that, it broke above these moving averages, but what it also broke above too is this trend line that I drew a trend line all the way back from November highs, connecting December highs, lower highs. A downtrend represents lower highs and lower lows. A high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, etc. I went over this in all of my first three classes on my New Strategy Facebook page. All right. This line, this trend line represents the downtrend. Once this downtrend line is violated, that signals the end of the downtrend. Okay. Of course, you still have the 50 and the 200. You still have the 50, you still have the 200. So it still has some ways to go, but it's a good start. It's a huge technical signal. All right. Huge technical signal. So for people that aren't invested or that have more, like me, I had sold about 2 months ago, I think, close to going on 2 months ago, I sold about 75% of my Bitcoin of all my crypto. And I've just been waiting on the opportunity to start dumping back in. And today, New Strategy Trading actually made our first buy back into for our first big buy back into. We always have a percentage. I've always kept a 25% that I would never sell. That's always in it. Predominantly, most of that is Bitcoin. Of that 25%, most of that is Bitcoin, but also a little Ether and a little Litecoin. But I say 70% of that 25% of Bitcoin that I'll never sell is actually a small percentage of Litecoin and Ethereum. All right, so Bitcoin broke the trend line, guys. Major. All right, just hit 41.8. I mean, this big bar is now, it could dip back into this bar and hopefully find some support. But I believe that as long as Bitcoin doesn't violate the low of this bar that it made yesterday, might as well see, the time runs differently. It just closed. This bar that's forming now is a brand new bar. As you can see over here, it still has 23 hours, 24 minutes left in that bar. But I believe that if this area here isn't violated, that Bitcoin may be starting to rally and may start to rally back to new highs. I don't know. We'll see. Right now it's soaring. We bought in around 41.6, 41.7. It's hitting 41.8. We bought back in, shall I say, made extra buys. I'm looking for the next big buy on Bit. I'm looking to put it like this, guys. This is how confident New Strategy Trading is about Bitcoin. All of the profits that we're making from stock options and stocks will be going into Bitcoin. I won't say necessarily stocks, but definitely stock options. But we do have our portfolios are being built around a 60% cryptocurrency, about 30% stock, and about 10% options. So that'll just give you an example of how strong our sentiment is about Bitcoin. Now, the other cryptos, Litecoin. Litecoin did a bullish move as well. It was forming a base and did a great green bar, nice little market structure low, but it's still off its lows. And it may have broken a trend line. Yeah, it did. Litecoin also broke a trend line, guys. Trend lines are major technical indicators. It is a more steep trend line, and it's at extreme lows. So I would like Litecoin to break back above the 200 before I'm as more bullish as I am on Bitcoin. Even though it did break a trend line, that is a trend line break. Don't get me wrong, no doubt about it. That's a trend line break. So it could hopefully respect that level. Ethereum did a real big bar too, but it didn't break its trend line yet. But honestly, Ethereum is outperforming. Technically, it's outperforming Bitcoin and Litecoin. Technically, according to the charts. All right, so you got some major, and now just so happens that today was a sort of a bullish reversal day in the stock market. The stock market has been respecting the lows that it hit, the support areas that it hit. It has been testing those lows and showing respect. We cashed out on some put options this morning, and not as much as we could have cashed out on because the market started to pull back. So when we go short, we're never short for long, especially in this market, especially around support areas and lows after it's topped. So what I'm starting to notice also, guys, I give you guys a little free game. I'm starting to notice that Bitcoin is starting to kind of move in tandem with the stock market. If you watch the market as frequently as I do, you will notice the same. That means something. That means something, and it's bullish and it's healthy for Bitcoin. All right. You notice that in these videos in the top right hand corner, you always see the Bitcoin icon. Even if I'm not talking about Bitcoin some days, you always see that. All right. So that is the major wealth strategy for a new strategy trader. All right. So buy alert, guys. Hey, you know what I'm doing. Hitting the button. Hitting the button. New strategy trading, guys. Hey, enjoy your weekend. Signing out.